Hey, welcome back to my interview series, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name's Ahmed, and I've been doing a series with a lot of my business partners lately. As I've told you guys before, we're such a global and diverse community, and the person who I have on today will just be reaching 1 year in the business. So you'll get a fresh look, a fresh feedback, and you'll hear her story. And she also works full-time as an accidental insurance claim agent. So she is working full-time just like I am and doing this on the side. And we'll hear her story and how she's managing that on the side and how she's also making time for this business. And you'll hear her introduction and you'll hear more about her right after this. Hey, Justine, thanks for coming on today. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much for coming on today. Really appreciate it. And first off, if you could just give us a quick introduction and just let us know how you found this business and how you got started.
Sure. So yeah, like Ahmed said, I'm Justine. I'm coming up to 1 year having my business right away here. And I am also working full time doing accident benefits. So it's never a dull moment in my life here. I actually kind of stumbled upon this opportunity after talking with my cousin and kind of watching her with her success. And I was kind of curious. I was on maternity leave at the time and looking for something that would allow me to still be able to have something for myself. I like to have projects and things to be working on and obviously help contribute to our family financially, but give me a little bit more time. So with them. So with my job, I actually was fortunate enough to take the extended 18-month maternity leave that we have here in Canada. But I guess the kind of trick to that was I had to agree to go back to work for at least 6 months. So I had actually started my business when I was on maternity leave, knowing that I would be able to kind of get it up and running and started. And then knowing that I was going back to work full time was really important, that it needed to be something that I could still be able to manage with my full-time job. I have 2 kids, they're 4 and 1.5, and I'm married. So I didn't want to cut into the already minimal time that I have with them working full time. And so, like I said, I kind of stumbled on this with my cousin and it was a perfect fit for me. So
that's perfect. Awesome. Sorry, just like I started this business very similar to you. I heard through it one of my coworkers, and I already had that relationship established with that other person. So I trusted it right away, and I just jumped in right away. Was it very similar to you, or were you hesitant about this?
A little bit of both. So it was funny. Like the webinar that I talk about all the time, and Ahmed, I know you talk about it. I had actually watched it. I think we were just talking about this the other night. I think it was like end of August, and it wasn't until the following May that I actually decided, okay, I'm going to do this. So I had kind of watched the webinar a couple of times and went back and forth and was like, I don't know. I know nothing about working online. Like I have Instagram and Facebook, but that was kind of my extent of social media and working online. So it took me a while to be able to think, you know what, I think I can do this. But as soon as I decided that I was going to make that leap and actually start my business, it was really fast for me. So I kind of went back. I'm like, I got to watch this again just to kind of get a feel for it. And I think I watched it and like again over. And within a couple of days, I had made my decision, my paperwork submitted and everything. So once I actually committed to it fully, it was a fairly fast process for me.
Yeah. And I totally understand what you did, because my friend that I joined that told me about this business actually was on someone else's page, their business page, and just watching their business for a year. And she just saw them succeeding and succeeding. So she finally jumped in. And when she told me about this business, she told me she's been watching these other people for a year and showing me how much success they're having. So I just took a look at that. I was like, okay, it's real. So I'm just going to jump in now. And now, I always hear from other people, their only regret is that they only didn't join sooner. They're like, I should have joined sooner, but hey, it's okay. You got to establish that trust with everything that you're going into. Takes a lot of commitment. It's going to take some financial commitment. Of course, it's an actual business, and everyone that's watching us will see that we're not going anywhere. Like other scams, other pages that are not legit will disappear after 3 months, 6 months. And you can stay here for as long as you want. We'll always be here. We're not going anywhere. This is very legitimate business. And couple more questions. I know you're very busy, but I just want to ask you, I've had a couple other insurance agents or people in that industry as well asking me, hey, I have no experience in this background, just like you and I had no business background as well. What would you say to them, and what are the various similarities that are with that job and that you could relate to this business that you could use in this business?
Yeah. So for me, the biggest thing was, and right now it's kind of funny because I came back to work and we went from being a very face-to-face, always meeting with people kind of industry to all of a sudden we've had to make this huge flip to everything for us is online or through the phone. So that was kind of one of my hesitations too. I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about working online. I am a people person. I like to be face to face with people. I like the social aspect of work, that kind of thing. And then when I went back to work at the end of November and all of a sudden, you know, I'm working from home. Our office has been closed since actually today is our 1 year anniversary that our office has been closed. And so everything for us is online. All of my meetings with my insurance job are through Zoom or well, Teams, which is basically like Zoom. Everything is online. So for me to make that flip then to be working my business online has been actually really easy because we do things like this with interviews through StreamYard. All of our training that we do with our coaches and mentors and mentees is through Zoom. Like we use Zoom. So some people use StreamYard and Google Meets. So everything is online, which has allowed us to be able to work with people all over the world. And the training that is provided for us is so user friendly. That was another thing that I was kind of concerned about was, okay, there's all this training, but I don't have anybody sitting here being like, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. Like, how's that going to be? And everything is laid out so simply, literally step by step, video guidance on how to do it. And as long as you know how to turn a computer on and read, you pretty much can get through the training.
Exactly. And the best part of this system is there's also so much automation in it as well. So when Justine's busy with her family and work, this business is not just stopped. It's actually running for her in the background. Yes, she still has to put in some time when she gets some downtime, but for the most part, everything's run for you. So you still get a lot of time to yourself. And yeah, very last question for you as well. I know you're busy. Just want to ask, what do you value the most out of this business?
Probably the most has been, I mean, for me, wanting to start my own business, the biggest thing was so that I could have that extra financial income so that I could eventually build up to hopefully be a full-time stay-at-home mom. And it kind of seems funny to say it, but that was kind of what I was really focused on. I wasn't really focused on, you know, building any crazy relationships or friendships or anything like that. But I've got so much more than just the financial part of it. Exactly. Working at home and being on maternity leave, you really get kind of stuck in your own little bubble. Like I said, I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and for a year and a half, pretty much, we were stuck at home and didn't really see a lot of people, especially with the lockdowns and everything that we had in Alberta. So I started my business and was focused on that financial aspect of it, but got so much more. I mean, we have Zooms all the time where it's like, oh, you know, we're going to do this quick training on this, and then we end up talking for 20 minutes after about, you know, what's going on with life and kids, or we catch up on shows that we've been watching. And it really has that kind of family aspect, because you have so many people that have the same, you know, goals and dreams and aspirations that you yourself have, that you meet somebody like Ahmed, you and I had talked about, you meet these people and you just click, and it's like, oh, you can carry on a conversation. And it's not like, oh, you know, I've only talked to this person a handful of times, you know, it's all those relationships and everything that you meet because you're with these like-minded people. And it's not this huge competition. Everybody wants to work together and help build everyone up. So that's kind of what the biggest thing for me has been so far with it. So
exactly. That's what I love the most about it as well. And big shout out to Yolandi. Hopefully she'll be coming on here doing an interview with me shortly. She's all the way from the Cayman Islands, and all the time we're very global and we're a diverse community. So we got people all over the place, and best part is we all become friends. We all become family, just exactly what Justine was saying. And once again, thanks very much, Justine, for coming on today. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much. And just a reminder, quick reminder for everyone, we do have a live workshop tonight, and you'll learn and hear a lot of other people's stories once you're watching that. It's only 90 minutes. It's at 5 p.m. Pacific time today. And if you're unable to make to that, we'll send you a replay and you can watch it on your own time. And the way to get that link is just to sign up on my website. Or if you like Justine more, go ahead and sign up on her website. It's right there as well. And thanks again for watching. Take care, everyone.